Chapter 1. The real currency is attention. Look around. Everyone is distracted, tired, busy, and somehow nobody's building. That's not an accident. In this reality, the most valuable resource isn't money. It's attention. Whoever controls your attention controls your life. Today I'm breaking down one simple truth. Self-discipline and consistency are the superpower of this reality. Not motivation, not talent, not luck. Discipline. If you're new here, hit subscribe right now. This channel is for men rebuilding themselves for real. And comment, discipline, if you're done being distracted and you're ready to take your life back. Because what I'm about to say is going to make some people uncomfortable. Good. Comfort is the cage. Most men aren't failing because they're stupid. They're failing because they're being drained. Drained by noise, drained by temptation, drained by constant input. And the crazy part is, it's all normal now. You open your phone and you're immediately in someone else's world, someone else's drama, someone else's opinions, someone else's agenda, and you wonder why your goals feel heavy. You wonder why you can't stay consistent. You wonder why your mind feels foggy. It's because your attention has been chopped into pieces. Let me ask you something. Be honest. How many times today did you pick up your phone without needing it? Comment a number. No shame, just truth. Because truth is where power starts. You want to become the best version of yourself? Step 1 is seeing reality clearly. And the clearest truth is this. Your life becomes whatever you repeatedly give attention to. If your attention is owned, your life is rented. Chapter 2. The attention. Hijack. Here's a conspiracy that isn't even hidden. The modern world is built to hijack your attention. Not because someone is wearing a cloak in a dark room, because attention is profitable. That's it. If they can keep you scrolling, they can keep you buying. If they can keep you emotionally reactive, they can keep you engaged. If they can keep you outraged, afraid, thirsty, jealous, or entertained, they can keep you consuming. Your phone isn't neutral. It's a slot machine. Refresh, scroll, refresh, scroll. And the reward is inconsistent on purpose. That unpredictability is what keeps you hooked. You don't even realize you're training your brain to crave cheap dopamine. You're training yourself to avoid stillness. You're training yourself to avoid hard work. You're training yourself to need stimulation. And then you try to build discipline. You try to wake up early. You try to train. You try to focus. And it feels like pain. It feels like withdrawal. Because it is. You're not lazy. You're overstimulated and undertrained. Now I want you to comment this. What's your biggest distraction right now? Phone, food, weed, porn, gaming, alcohol, friends, drama, overthinking? Comment it. Name it. Because the first move in any war is identifying the enemy. And listen, I'm not telling you to live in paranoia. I'm telling you to live awake. There's a difference. Paranoia is fear without action. Awareness is truth with action. We're doing awareness. We're doing action. Chapter 3. The comfort trap. Comfort isn't evil, but it's addictive. And the world sells comfort like it's the meaning of life. Convenience, delivery, entertainment on demand, instant gratification. And when comfort becomes your baseline, discipline feels like suffering. That's why most men break. They interpret discomfort as danger. They interpret boredom as a problem. They interpret silence as emptiness. But discomfort is the price of becoming strong. That's not motivational talk. That's physics. Everything in life that grows needs resistance. Muscles need resistance. Skill needs resistance. Character needs resistance. Now here's the conspiracy lens without the fantasy. A population that can't tolerate discomfort is easy to control. Because you don't even need force. You just need temptation. You don't even need chains. You just need entertainment. You don't even need to silence people. You just need to keep them busy. Some people call this social engineering. Some call it the attention economy. Some call it spiritual warfare. The label doesn't matter. The pattern matters. And the pattern is this. Modern life pushes you toward weakness while pretending it's freedom. Freedom isn't doing whatever you want. Freedom is being able to do what you should, even when you don't want to. If that hits you, hit like, because men need to hear that. Chapter 4. Discipline is real power. Self-discipline is not a personality trait. It's a skill, and skills can be built. Discipline is the ability to do what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. Feelings are unstable. Some days you feel unstoppable. Some days you feel dead. If you only move when you feel ready, you'll stay average forever. Average is exactly where the world wants you. Average is predictable. Average is easy to sell to. Average is easy to distract. Average is easy to scare. Average is easy to divide. Disciplined men are different. Not loud, not emotional. Dangerous because they don't fold. Not because they're angry, because they're stable. They don't need approval. They don't need attention. They don't need constant comfort. They can sit in silence and still move forward. Let me tell you the truth most men don't want to admit. Your current life is mostly the result of your daily choices. Not one big decision. Daily choices. What you eat, what you watch, what you tolerate, who you listen to, when you sleep, how you train, what you do when no one is watching. So here's the shift. Stop asking, how do I feel? Start asking, what does my standard require? If you want a simple rule that changes everything, comment standard, because standards build identity, and identity builds destiny. Chapter 5. Consistency is the engine of reality. Consistency is what makes reality respond, because reality rewards repetition. You don't get strong from one workout. You get strong from months of showing up. You don't build wealth from one good week. You build it from years of standards. You don't build confidence from one win. You build it from keeping promises to yourself daily. Consistency is the closest thing to magic in this world, because most people don't have it. They rely on mood. They rely on bursts of motivation. They rely on new year, new me. They rely on inspiration, and inspiration fades. Consistency doesn't care how you feel. Consistency doesn't care what happened yesterday. Consistency is the man you become when you stop negotiating with yourself. Now I want you to do this with me. Comment. I keep promises. Don't comment it to impress anyone. Comment it as a contract with yourself, because once you declare it, you'll feel the pressure to match it. And pressure can be a gift if you use it. And here's the real how the world works piece. Reality responds to what you repeatedly prove. If you repeatedly prove you quit, life gives you more reasons to quit. If you repeatedly prove you endure, life gives you more reasons to endure. If you repeatedly prove you show up, life starts opening doors because you're the rare type of person who actually walks through them. Chapter 6. Why discipline gets attacked. If you can be controlled, you can be used. So the traits that make people free get weakened. Patience, focus, delayed gratification, critical thinking, physical strength, self-respect. And what gets promoted is instant gratification, outrage addiction, cheap dopamine, distraction, dependency. Now here's where people go wrong. They think the control is only politics, or only money, or only corporations. No. The control starts in your nervous system. The control starts in your habits. The control starts in your cravings, because a man who can't control his impulses can be controlled by anything. Food, porn, social media, gambling, shopping, validation, pleasure, drama. That's why temptation is everywhere. It's not just because. It's because temptation makes you predictable. Predictable men are easy to steer. So if you want to talk about the real game is impulse control. The real game is attention control. The real game is emotional control. If you can't say no, you're not in control. If you agree, hit like. And comment, no more. Because that's what this is. No more being owned by impulses. Chapter 7. The anti-control routine. No theories, actions. Here's a discipline protocol that makes you harder to manipulate. And if you actually follow this, your life changes fast. Not because it's mystical, because it's rare. Rule 1, win the first hour. No phone, no scrolling, no news, no arguments in your head, water, movement, breath work or prayer, journaling, reading, planning. If the world gets your mind first, you live the whole day in reaction. Own your morning, you own your life. If you want a simple morning formula, here it is. Hydrate, move, plan. Water, 10 minutes movement, write the top 3 tasks. That's it. Do not overcomplicate it. Overcomplication is procrastination wearing a suit. Rule 2, train your body. Your body is your battery. If you're weak physically, you'll be weak mentally. Lift, run, fight, walk, move. The body teaches the mind how to endure. Training is voluntary suffering. It teaches you, I can do hard things and survive. That becomes a mindset. Rule 3, information diet. Stop feeding your mind trash. Fear, content, and drama will make you feel like the world is ending every day. You don't need to be ignorant. You need to be selective. Ask, does this make me stronger? Does this give me a clear action? Does this improve my life? If not, remove it. Rule 4, one mission. Most men fail because they have no mission. They wake up, react, survive, repeat. Pick one target for 90 days, body, business, money, skill, family, or discipline itself. Then work it daily, small, boring, relentless. That's how power is built. Rule 5, nightly shutdown. The day ends the way it began. If you end your night with chaos, your morning starts with chaos. Pick a shutdown time. Phone away, lights down, plan tomorrow in 3 minutes. Sleep. If you want to be a disciplined man, your sleep must be disciplined. If you want my exact 90-day template, comment template and subscribe so you don't miss it. Chapter 8, The Inner Liar. The world is distracting, but the biggest enemy is inside you. The voice that says, tomorrow, too tired, not the right time, I deserve a break, no one cares. That voice sounds like you, but it's the conditioned you, the comfort-trained you. Discipline is separating from that voice. You hear it, you don't argue with it. You don't negotiate, you label it. That's the weak voice. Then you act anyway. Here's what the inner liar sounds like in real life. Just this once. Just 5 minutes. I'll start Monday. I'll do it when things calm down. I'm overwhelmed. And every time you listen, you reinforce the identity of a quitter. You don't rise to your goals. You fall to your standards. That's why standards are everything. So when that voice shows up today, I want you to use one phrase, not today. Comment, not today, if you're done listening to that voice, because that phrase is a weapon. It ends negotiations. Chapter 9. Identity creates reality. Stop chasing outcomes, chase identity. Don't say, I'm trying to get disciplined. Say, I am disciplined, then prove it. Identity drives behavior. Behavior drives results. Results reinforce identity. Most people identify as lazy, unlucky, stressed, broken, victim. Then they act like it, and life confirms it. The best version of you has a different identity. Calm, consistent, strong, reliable, focused. He doesn't talk about it. He proves it. Here's how you build that identity fast. Keep one promise daily, not 10. 1. Because the man you become is the man you repeatedly prove. Start with something small but real. Wake up at the same time. Train 4 days a week. Read 10 pages. No phone first hour. Walk daily. Clean your space. Track your spending. Whatever it is, keep it. And here's a key point most conspiracy talk misses. The biggest control system is shame. Shame keeps you passive. Shame keeps you hiding. Shame keeps you coping instead of building. Discipline kills shame because discipline builds respect. When you respect yourself, you stop tolerating garbage. If you're building that identity, subscribe, because this channel is for men who execute, not men who cope. And comment "Build" if you're serious. Chapter 10. Don't be a pawn. People are easier to control when they're divided, angry, arguing, blaming. Disciplined men don't get pulled into chaos. They don't need to react to every headline. They don't need to win every argument. They don't need to hate strangers. Here's the how the world works reality. Outrage is addictive. Outrage makes you feel powerful while doing nothing. It gives you the illusion of action. You post, you argue, you watch, you rage. Meanwhile, your body gets weaker. Your money gets worse, your relationships suffer, your goals die. A disciplined man is calm, not because he's numb, because he refuses to donate his energy to nonsense. He has a mission, he trains, he builds, he handles responsibilities. The best revenge against a rigged game is becoming so strong it doesn't matter. Don't be a pawn in someone else's narrative. Be the author of your own. If you know a man who needs this, share the video. Seriously, send it to one guy. One disciplined man can change a whole family. Chapter 11. The 30-Day Proof Challenge. This isn't to impress anyone. It's to prove to yourself you're in control. For 30 days. No phone first hour. Train 4 days a week minimum. Read 10 pages daily. One productive action toward your mission daily, no cheap dopamine at night, sleep at a consistent time. Let me expand that into a simple daily checklist you can actually follow. Morning, water, move, plan. Day, one mission action. Evening, train or recover, then shut down. That's the loop. That's the spell. Repetition. And yes, people will call you extreme. People will say you're doing too much. People will say, live a little. That's part of the control too. Misery loves company, and weak people hate standards because standards expose them. So don't argue. Don't preach. Just build. Let results speak. Comment 30 days if you're taking the challenge, and I want you to come back and update us after week 1. Tell me what changed. Energy, focus, mood, discipline, confidence. And if you fail a day, you don't quit. You reset. The goal isn't perfection. The goal is becoming a man who returns to the standard fast. Chapter 12. The best version of you is a threat. Final truth. The best version of you is dangerous because he can't be bought. He can't be distracted easily. He can't be emotionally hijacked easily. He can't be controlled by fear as easily. He has standards. Standards create a life most people only talk about. So when you feel resistance and the pull back to comfort, understand what's happening. That's the old programming fighting back. That's the weak identity trying to survive. That's the version of you that wants pleasure without price. But you're not here to be predictable. You're here to become undeniable. Start today, not next week. Not after you feel ready. Today. Pick one promise, one habit, one discipline, and keep it for 30 days. Consistency is the superpower of this reality, and the man who controls himself controls his destiny. If you made it to the end, you're serious. Hit subscribe, hit like, and comment one thing you're cutting out starting today. One thing, not 10. One. Then go execute.